Hello, everyone. Good evening, good morning, depending on the part of the world you're watching from. Okay, good evening. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining over and over again. Oh yeah, thank you for coming. My name is Fumilola Akintola Williams. I'm a teens coach and mentor. I've been working with teenagers for years, and then we run an academy called the Informed and Reformed Teens Academy. It's an academy for young ladies from ages 8 to 10, 10 to 13, 13 to 18. So if you have any teenager that falls within that age group, all right, what you do is chat us, chat at us, call at us, whatever you need to do to get them into our academy. We have an academy that we run solely for girls, but if it is a boy that you have, it's no issues, no problems. I know excellent boy coaches as well. But if you have a girl, you know that you need to be in our academy. The times we have are not smiling. The times are serious. When I do not mean to scare you. I do not mean to make you afraid. But we are in perilous times, and then you can no longer be parenting the way you've been parenting, or neither can you parent the way you were parented. Doing that it's gonna leave a lot to be desired. So please, that's why we're parenting partners, we're parenting community. Whatever you do, get a community of people that believe in the things you believe in, a community of people that will raise your child together with you. So what we provide at the Informed and Reformed Teens Academy is that community, so that those values is driven into the child. So that by the time your girl is 18 and ready to leave your home, or at 20, or whatever it is that your plan that you have for her, she's going to live balanced, stable, and then you're not going to be your heart is not going to be palpitating wherever she is. Like, is my child making the right choice? Is my child doing the right thing? Is my child being pressured, or is my child the pressurer? All those kind of things. So that's what we teach at the academy. All right, so do well, and bring your girls on board. And it's for what's it called now? What's that word now? A token. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. It's just for a token. It is not much. My coach will say that the price what you pay, okay, for therapy. Is nothing compared to what you pay for coaching. And anyone that knows what it is that the word is saying right now, everyone, even as parents, as adults, there is need for coaching, there is need for mentorship. Not to talk of young people that are just coming on, growing up, that have a lot of things that's happening with them at the same time. So please do not think that you can parent alone anymore. The time is gone when you think you can just do it all by yourself. All right, that's about that, about the Informed and Reformed Teens Academy. All right, so today what are we going to be talking about? Yeah, that conversation that you don't want to have, but you must have it, yeah, so that to get the head of the team. So, if you don't hold them to any expectation, they can just come home and surprise you and do whatever it is. So you have to have some certain conversations with them. One of those conversations is what we're gonna be talking about today. All right, so how do you have a dating conversation with your teenager? I'm sure you've had, of course, even we were growing up, we had dating, boyfriend, girlfriend, all those kind of things. All right, and then the world has changed. Before, it used to be just straight like that, but these days you hear a lot of things from the young ones. You hear things like my bestie, BFF. When you hear all those things, please see caution. It's just not what it is that they say it is. But how do you begin to even have this conversation with your teenagers? And please do not kid yourself. Don't say my child is 10, my child is 11. Please don't wait until your child is, as a matter of fact, the way you're teaching your child to cook, to self-regulate, to develop emotions control is the way you have this conversation all through their growing up. So it's not something you say, oh no, this is not for me. No, that's not what you say. Anyone that is saying that is standing at the risk already, yes, because it's going to come to you as a shock, and you're going to be at a loss for words. And I'm telling you that you don't want to be in that situation when your child just asks you something. And I've told us severally that when you're parenting a teenager, please know that you parent in anticipation of what they're going to bring to you. So it's not until you don't wait until they say, "Mommy, I have a boyfriend." Whoops, and you're like, "What's she talking about?" No, you're not going to be waiting till then. No, a proactive parent of a teenager will parent in anticipation of what they're going to bring. They're going to bring boy issues, they're going to bring girls issues, they're going to be the issues of grades, issues of confusion about courses to do, issues of schools to go. They're going to bring all sort of issues. So start knowing now and then start preparing yourself ahead of that. That is a proactive parent. That is a parent that's parenting in anticipation. But when when like my coach said, that when you have confidence about something, it's going to reflect. Your teenagers will know, and they will also know when you're just winging your way through, when you're not really sure, when you're just talking. They're going to know, and they will not take you serious. And whatever you say, they just, they have that look about them, and then that tells you that, hey, mom, I don't believe that. So please don't wait till then. As young, if you have an eight, is it an or a, which one is that now? So if you have an 8-year-old girl or a 9-year-old boy, it is not too late to start having these conversations. But of course, it's not going to be dating. Then it will be crushes. That is when they will start experiencing it. And don't even be kidding yourself. All of us, of course, if we're going to be honest, all of us, okay, we've experienced that at one time or the other. I remember when I was in GSS3, of course, and I'm sure that if you're going to be honest with yourself too, there were times that you had looked at somebody with some fondness and all of that. So those things is alien to them because it's just starting. So you have to be having the conversation with them before it starts. That's the difference before it starts. So they don't shock you. So already, if you are already having the crush talk with your teen, I mean your pre-twin, okay, that's before they are 10. You are both familiar, you're both comfortable around each other and then around the topic that you want to talk about. So if other serious issues come up, it's not going to be a biggie. Yeah. So that's why we're going to be having that conversation today. Please, I'd like to know if you can hear me in the comment section. Please type you can hear me so that I know that I am audible, I am loud, and everybody can hear me. And you're going to also agree with me that this topic is quite important because a lot of things go wrong at this stage. Yeah, a lot of things go wrong. Oh, thank you. Okay. I am what? Please, I can't read that comment. Please, can I be heard? I just like to know if you can hear me. Please just chat in the comment section that you can hear me. All right. So you're not going to be waiting, like I said. So you're not going to be waiting. You're going to just dive right into it. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. I am audible. All right. Thank you. So now I can go on. So I said how to have the dating conversation with your teenagers. And I've told us it's a progressive thing. You start from pre-twin when they're much younger, from 8, pick it up. What is crush? What does it mean? When does it stop? When does it not stop? How do I handle it? All of those things, start having those conversations gradually. Then you're now building on it. As they're growing, you're building on it. All right. So number one thing to let them know about dating conversations, you have to let them understand what dating really is. See, let me tell you, assumption, okay, is the bane of teenagers. I like someone, if you are there, you can write that for me. Assumption is the bane of teenagers. Teenagers assume a lot. They assume that, it's not a big deal. What's there? It's not just for a guy to call me at night. It's not just for a guy to say, you look beautiful and all of this and all of that. They assume a lot, They assume a whole lot. So, the moment your child is going from pre-tween, okay, to is entering 10, 11, that is the time to start sitting him down or sitting her down to start saying that, okay, we're going to be talking about, because you know what, whether you talk about it, whether you don't talk about it, it's going to happen to them. So it's better that you talk about it now. When you are still in control, let your voice be the most audible in the life of your child at this stage, not the voice of the friend. The time is coming when the voice of the friends will be the most audible. But at this stage, you see, got them when they're still 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, if you're lucky, 13, if you're lucky, okay. But from 13, your voice is gonna recede. I can say that and tell you that for free anytime, any day. So please let them understand what dating really is. What is dating? A lot of them have no idea. You know what? At the time when I was having a session with my teenagers back home, I had to go research that what is dating. The things I brought out for my research amazed them when when we were sharing together. Dating means that it's a committed relationship about for two people that want to be intimate, that want to be this, that want to be that, and all. Whatever it. I brought it out to them. So that's what you should do, so that they will have an understanding of what it is that you're talking about. So they will know that it goes beyond that hello, hi, how did your day go? Tell me. That is just the fairy fairy of dating, okay? So you have to let your teenagers understand that. Let them know what dating is. Dating is commitment, dating is serious business, dating is people who want to be intimate. And for that's, you can liken that to say people that want to be intimate to the point of having sex. Yes, you need to let them know. So demystify these things. Don't shroud it in secrecy. Don't make it look like I'm not saying you should not go and start talking about sex and all that. No, but you should let them understand that if they want to start thinking of dating, this is what they're thinking about, so they can think twice. Is that what they really want? So that they don't assume that, and then the guy says, okay, come and visit me at home. And then the girl, pretty innocent, nothing, and then goes there, and then the boy starts to touch her, and then she's shocked, like, what's going on? Because if we're going to be saying the truth to ourselves, that is the experience of most of us. We just wing our way through those things. But like as I said, an intentional parent, you will look at your own mistakes. Where did you make those mistakes? And then you seek to correct it in your own children. That is how to make the difference, so that they don't repeat the same thing. So let them know what dating is. Dating is a relationship between two people that is intimate, that warrants time, attention, whatever, everything that it is. This evening, before I came on this stream, I went on Google again. It was really good. I find out, and it has stages. Let me tell you, yeah, it does have stages, and the end stage of dating is sex. So please let them know. Don't mince words. Of course, by now I know you're having no. Let me phrase that again. I hope you are having a sex conversation with your children, especially your teenagers. I really hope so. So let them know, so that they will know, at least you have an idea of what you're getting into. I just told us what dating is now. So a relationship between two people. They want to be intimate. They want to be close, share things together, do this together. And it's in four stages. Stage one is getting to know, and then the stage two is you come to visit me. Stage three is that, okay, we meet at some place where nobody is there and all of that. And the last stage is sex. Yeah. That is what it is. You can check it. The information is right there. So don't assume that they know all these things. Please don't forget, we already agreed that the rational part of their brain, the thinking part of their brain, is not fully developed. So because you know that already at every point, and that's why they will tell you. That's why have you not wondered? You will tell your teenager, say, okay, the weather is cold. Go and wear a cardigan or a sweatshirt or something, and she starts to drag with you when it is obvious that the weather is, and you're wondering, are they not thinking? It's not their fault. Honestly, it's not their fault. The part of the brain that thinks logically, reason and rationally, is not fully formed, and that's why they do all of those things that they do. So don't assume that they know. When we were young, our parents made the mistake. If you like, go and follow boy. And of course, some of us followed boys, and then we came out with repercussions, didn't we? So this is the time. Don't talk like that. It's an uninformed parent that will talk like that. And we already said it, that teenagers are curious. So if you don't say these things to them, they're gonna find out. So would you rather they find out from you or from an outsider? I rather that my child find out everything. In as much as I cannot know everything, but I should be ahead of my child. I rather that she finds out what masturbation is from me, what this is from me, what that is, everything. I rather she find out from me, so that at least she has an idea. So that when they're telling her something contrary outside, she mommy said this or daddy said this. So please let them know. Don't labor under the misapprehension that they know. Don't assume. Assumption is the basest form of knowledge. It is the lowest. So just assume, as a matter of fact, it is safe to assume that your kids and your teenagers, they don't know. They're just groping, they're just winging their way through. When you do that, you know that you have to buckle up, tie your shoelace, adjust your seatbelt and all of that, and get ready to really put in the work. Let them know. Let them know that dating is for two people. They want to be intimate, they want to be committed, they want to, with the end result, they want to have sex. So let them know that. Then another thing to have the conversation with your teenagers is that let them understand the physiological and emotional part of dating. Of course, we are adults. We know that these things. Thank you very much. You can hear me. Okay, thank you. I can see your comments. I'm grateful for that. So let them know. Let them know the physiological, but I mean the readiness of the body and all of that. And they start asking, how ready is the body of a 10-year-old, 13-year-old, 14-year-old, and all of that? And even if you're now 15 or 16, how emotionally ready are you? These are conversations you want to have with your teenagers. So let them know. Let them know. The fact that young people indulge in sex, engage in sex, it doesn't mean that it is now right. Of course, we know that cervical cancer has been linked to very early sexual activities. Those are the physiological part of this dating we're talking about. These are conversations you must have with your child. And do not assume that they know these things. Do not. And don't forget, this teenager, they want to experience everything. So don't even begin to think, oh, my child is small, she's young, she's this, she's that. Yes, she's young, but she's growing. She's growing. And I told you that one of my anger to my teenagers, a 10-year-old girl that had not even started growing breasts, told me that her friend has a boyfriend. That is the age that we are in. How am I sure that she's not actually the one with a boyfriend? I don't know whether I get what I mean. She's just 10 years. She hasn't started to grow breast. So don't relax. Let them understand that your body is not ripe. And even if you feel that your body is ripe, emotionally, how emotionally balanced the 15-year-old, for God's sake. The one that you're still chasing about to wash her undies, to wash her panties. And that is the one that wants to say, I want to date. So these are the conversations, really. So let them know. So let them understand dating in terms of physiological and emotional part of dating, the emotional and physiological part of it. Let them understand it, that you have to be physiologically ready, you have to be emotionally ready. And when you're talking physiologically, please bring in your values. What are your family values about sex? Because don't forget, I told you that dating is in 4 levels. The 4th level of dating is sex. So please bring that conversation in. The fact that, for example, they say, oh, mommy, I'm 16, I'm 17, and my friends are already having sex. Oh, really? Because, see, let me not tell you, let me not lie to you. The kids already in these days, they will bring up these things. Why? Because times have changed. And you won't go be slapping now. No, you deal with it with knowledge. That is what will make the difference. So so when you're talking physiologically, so this is the time to bring in your family values. What do what do you believe in your family about sex? Is it what you can just have casually? Is it what is meant for a specific purpose? Is it what is meant for a specific time in a specific place? So you want to have these conversations with them, because dating and sex go hand in hand. We know that. So present them with the options, present them with the information, and you'll be shocked. Once they know the things that are, the things that, the pros and cons, they're likely to weigh. But if you assume that they know, it will be an error to assume that teenager knows. So please, their parents, let them understand what dating really is. I just told us what it is. I brought it. I mean, I broke it down already. And let them understand dating. Let them understand the physiological and emotional part of dating. And I said, when you're talking about the emotional and physiological part of dating, please, dear parents, bring in your family values. What do your family believe about sex? When do your family believe sex should happen? How should sex happen? Should it just be anyhow, casually? That's really up to you, what you believe about sex. So let them know. Don't, it's funny when parents just say, how else am I supposed to say to you? What have you said in the first place? Your expectations of them, let it be clear. In this family, this is what we believe. This is our expectation. This is what we believe about sex. So that's when you're talking about dating in terms of physiology, you want to bring your family values in. Then the emotional part of it. How emotionally stable are they? How? Is it not the ordinary, the boy shuns you? I mean, the boy call, I mean, you don't pick, the boy does not pick your call, and then you go groping all over the house, go crying and all of those things. So please have these conversations with them. Don't assume that they know. Another way to have the dating conversation with your child is let them understand it in line with purpose. This is the most important part of it. Let them understand dating in line with purpose. That's why we keep talking about coaching, mentoring, coaching, mentoring, coaching, mentoring. If you have placed the purpose in front of your teenager, the chances are that that is what you'll be running with. And then the distractions will be few, or they'll be far and in between. Already, when you have started from now, okay, from now, as young as they are, whatever age that they are, if you start ringing the bell of purpose in their hair, the fast chance is that is what will get synced, and then they call that the law of repetition. If you let them understand that they're not just here because they are here for an assignment, they are here for a purpose, and the purpose has a time schedule. And then you keep saying this as you're talking about other things. So, what are you trying to do? You are consciously or unconsciously programming them for success. That's what you're trying to do. And you're not even shouting, don't have boyfriend, don't have girlfriend. I don't know whether you get my point. So downplay, don't have boyfriend. That's not the issue. That's not your problem. Your problem is get your child on track. Get your child to know what purpose is. Get your child to start to learn how to do the purpose. Get your child to learn what to follow after. Give your child mentors. Give your child role models. Give your child what to look forward to. You will not have to be shouting, "Don't have a boyfriend." I don't know whether you understand what I'm trying to say. So let them understand dating in terms of in fulfilling purpose. This life is all about purpose. So, in essence, what I'm trying to say is that place the higher goal before your teenager. Place the higher goal before your teenager. Place the higher goal before them. Place the higher goal before your teenager. Let them understand that there is more to life. So, demystify this boyfriend girlfriend craze. So place the higher goal before them. Let them understand that there is something higher. That, you know what? Of course, you understand what I'm trying to say. There's a higher goal. Place it before them and let them start running that as early as possible. If you have not started, it is not still too late. They used to say that the best time to fall a tree is yesterday. The next best time is today. So if you have not started conversing with your kids, your teenagers from age 8 in the lines of, okay, what problem do you think you were created to solve? You can start now. That's putting purpose before them. Or why do you think you are here? Or what do you think people will miss about you when you're not here? Or what do you think you're born to do? What difference do you think you are born to make? That is the higher purpose. So you can tell them to go and sleep on it, think on it. The idea, don't forget, the idea part time as a parent is to get that mind shift in your teenager. Once you get that mind shift, the rest is simple. They will just align with that mind. Now, as the mind is, the life will just follow. So please let them understand dating in terms of what? In line with purpose, that there is a higher goal. There's a higher goal. There's more to life. There's more to life. Let them understand it in that light. Another way you want to have the dating conversation with your teenager is that let them understand it in line with money conversations, especially for girls. I cannot reiterate this enough. The reason most girls, okay, go to relationships or dates or whatever is for money. Go and check it, please. Please go and. They did not fall in love. No, they did not. But they felt that they'll be able to get something from that guy. So do you want to start empowering your girls to think in the line of, I can use my hands to do things that can make money. I can use my brain to create ideas that will bring money. Can you begin to talk about dating that line? I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So I have told you that for the girl child, sex conversations, money conversations, dating conversations, they go hand in, especially for girls. So if you're a mother of a teenage girl today, can you begin to go and see what to do to put into your girl to ensure that she's able to do things that will produce money by herself? You'll be shocked at how, unneedy she will be. You'll be shocked. Because she's gonna start thinking, oh, okay, I can do this, I can make this, I can make that, I can sell, I can talk, I can write, I can cook. Things begin to, and her head begin to just come here and there and there and there with ideas. Have you started? Are you talking about don't have boyfriend or have boyfriend? No. You see, that's the trick. That's the trick. Most of all these issues come because of lack of work, lack of ideas, lack of what to do, boredom, and all of that. So begin to let them understand dating in terms of what? In terms of money conversations. Why are they saying small, that cliche, that Nigerian cliche of small girl, big God? Where did we get it from? It's not from small girls following men for money. So begin to let the earlier you start, the better. Let your girls know that they are not objects. Do not objectify the girls. Let them know that they are human beings, and the way they have brain is the way they have hands. So develop the brain, develop the hand skills, develop, talking skills, cooking skills, whatever skill that can bring them money at a later date. Start developing that. As you are doing that, you won't have to be shouting, don't have boyfriend. Honestly. Honestly. Because you know why you not be shouting that? The girl is busy. She's not idle. The time is coming for the we will get there in the course of this conversation. But for now, can we begin to start so that you don't start imagine how frustrating will it be if you start dragging the issue of boyfriend with your girl child at age 11. How frustrating do you think that's gonna be their parents? I can't imagine how frustrating to be for me if I have to start thinking of boy. If the guy's gonna marry at 25 or 26 or 20, whatever. So please, how many boyfriends issue am I gonna drag before that time? So please don't objectify the girls. Let them understand in terms of money conversations. And I've told us for a girl child, money conversations, sex conversations, dating conversations, the three of them go together. Most girls do a lot of the things that they do because of money. Simple. I know girls like to be pampered. Girls like the easy life, the soft life. It's fine. I'm not saying there's a problem with it, but can you please tell them that they can actually have this easy life, soft life by developing themselves? Can we raise our girls to be like that so that they don't become toys, they don't become objects tossed from one man or from one boy to the other? Can we begin to have those conversations? So the objective is not to say it's wrong to have a boyfriend. No, the objective is place something in front of the girl child to work on. Give her a target to achieve. Give her something to do. Give her, get her busy. Build a love tank. If you are the father, take her out. So you'll be shocked when you do all of these small things. I almost said praise the Lord. Sorry about that. And what other thing? How else do you have the dating conversation? Let them understand this in line with pressure from peers. This is another big problem. Teenagers are pressurized into smoking, into drinking, into having premarital sex, into all sort of things. So you must let your girl or your boy know that the pressure to have a date will come. The moment they start getting to GSS, they call it grade 7 here, or but GSS 1, GSS 2, GSS 3, the pressure will come. So please inform them now and tell them what it is, that it is just pressure and that is it. And don't forget, your goal is to raise the pressurer, not the pressured. I don't want to raise someone that cows to all forms of pressure, because the pressures, who knows what's going to come up in the next couple of years? Who knows? So if you're not able to help your child develop, self leadership skills to the point that she's able to say no, even though it's coming from our peers, even though even though they're telling her, we're not gonna talk to you again, we're not gonna play with you again. Self ability to self lead, to self regulate. That's what you should begin to build now, from this time now, like now. That's what you need to start doing now. So, and what do? You just keep building on that. You just keep building on that. You just keep building on that. That's what you should do. That is how to have the conversation. Let them know that they will start pressurizing them. Let them know that some of their friends is even going to go say, hey, it was only you that remain. Who remembers all these stories when we were much younger? Stories about girls that were virgins and then their friends would say, oh, you're still a virgin. Oh, and then they make it look like it's a bad thing. And then they pressurize the girls into, becoming who they are. It is the same thing, just that it has gotten worse. It has gotten worse. So, dear parents, let your pre-twin, let us start knowing from pre-twin that, see, as you're growing, okay, things will come at you. Because it's going to come at them, left, right, and center. And don't forget, too, this is the time that the pop culture starts coming in. All those high school movies that they watch, all those crushes, all those boyfriend scenes, is a way of, pressuring your teenager, but you do not know. It's a way of pressuring them. So please, can you start telling them now that it will come? And then when it comes, this is what they should do. Can you start having the conversations now? This is how to have a comprehensive dating conversation. So it's not, you don't just go say, don't have boyfriend, don't have girlfriend. You're a joker when you do that. You're a big joker when you do that. So, dear parents, this is how to have the conversation. Let them know. Let them understand what dating really is. I'm just brushing, just doing a recap of all of this so I can move on. Let them know what dating is. Let them understand the physiological and the emotional part of dating. And I said, when you're doing this, parents, please bring in your family values. Because they can start telling you things like, Mommy, I'm fully grown. Actually, I'm 15, I'm 16, I'm 20, They're going to say all those things to you. That is when your family value comes in. And don't forget, you don't just force these family values on them. It is what you have been working together with over time, modifying to suit the reflections of a family, modifying to suit, the realities that you people are faced with. So let them understand it in line with purpose. Place purpose before them. Place purpose before your teenagers. The more you do that, the more you unimportant, the more you make dating so irrelevant, because they're still gonna get there anyway. So what's the rush? What's the rush? Place purpose before them. Place purpose before them. Then let them understand it in line with money conversations, especially for the girls. This is so important for your girl child. Let your girl know that she can work to make money. I tell anytime I take my daughter out on a treat or something, I say, you know what? I am able to do this for you because why? I worked and I got some money. So what are you doing? You're selling the virtue of work. You're selling the virtue of work, and she's buying it. So once she knows that I can walk, I can talk, I can sing, I can write, I can dance, I can cook, I can bake, I can make, I can, possibilitize the mind of your girl. You don't have to keep saying. So she doesn't. The next time she wants to do data, she doesn't have to look. She doesn't have to be chatting. All those silly things that girls do. Please do me sub. All those silly, annoying things. Please do me sub. Please send me 2K. Buy shawarma for me. Who will take me out? Who will buy me shawarma? It started from somewhere. So please, money conversations, dating conversations, sex conversations, they're all part of this dating thing we're talking about. Then the next thing I said, you have to understand this. Let them understand this in line with pressure from peers. Let them know that they'll be pressurized. But they have to, if you know now, for example, they have told you that war is coming. Aren't you going to prepare for the war? You will prepare for the war. So let them know. Then you begin to build upon this year upon year. Don't forget, these conversations, money conversations, sex conversations, dating conversations, they're not a one-off thing. They should be a progressive conversation in your house. Yeah, because the girls are growing. So you don't just say, oh, I've taught you one time and then one time is not for all times. No, don't just say that. So you build on it to the point of when they now grow, you now create a comprehensive dating plan. This is very, very important for your teenager. That's from age 13, these are the foundational works. You've been doing them. Then when they reach this 13, let them know what you expect of them. If you wanted to have a boyfriend, it's up to you. A comprehensive dating plan. You have to create it. The two of you sit down together so that the law will hook both you and her, or both you and him, as the case may be. Create a comprehensive dating plan. Maybe one of these days we'll talk about what a dating plan, should comprise of. But for now, start thinking, what kind of person? And this is why you start your plan. In your head, begin to imagine, what kind of adult do I want my child to be? So it is from that you draw your plan. What kind of person do I want my child to turn out to be? The kind of person you want a child to turn out to be, so that will not send you back to your drawing board about the kind of plan you're going to work together with your daughter. But don't forget, this time she's growing, or he is growing, he's having opinions too. So you can ask him, what kind of person do you think you like to get married to? You can start the conversation from there, and I begin to carry if you see the let me not even go there. Yeah, there's a plan. There is a plan, yeah, in writing. There's a plan. There has to be one. Otherwise, you're just parenting by assumption. What kind of person do you think you like to get married to? Ask the question randomly from age 13, 14. Yeah, ask the question so that you know what is in their head. Then from there, you begin to create your plan. This kind of person, what he must do, where he must come from, all of those things. You have to create what? A comprehensive dating plan. So the next thing you have to do, you have to both decide whether recreational dating is allowed or dating is solely for marriage. Please know this. See, this is the danger. Okay, you say you're just dating, and then we're no longer talking, and another one is gone. The other one comes, and then we're dating, and then we're dating. Don't forget, except you have been able to work on the mind of your child and the body of your child in terms of family values. Don't forget, the end sex of dating is what I said is sex. I said it earlier. So you want to make up your mind. So this dating that we're saying, are you doing recreational dating or is dating solely for marriage? Please agree on it with your teenager. So that when she's thinking of dating, she will know that she will bring whatever it is that is in your plan. You see how it's following the sequence now. She's going to bring whatever that is in your plan. That is what will be in her head or in his head. Because he knows that this is not play. This is not joke. You don't just, it's not a quick roll in the hay, in the haystack, as they say it. So please, you have to both decide, are we doing recreational dating? If you want to do, that's your choice. Just date for the fun of it. It is entirely up to you. Or if you want to date solely for marriage. So if your child wants to date solely for marriage, she knows that he has no business dating recreationally. Because there's a purpose. There's a target. It's not anything goes. We're not just doing anything goes kind of thing. That's not what we're doing here. We're intentional, we're deliberate. So don't forget, there's a plan. So in that plan, you must decide it. Am I doing recreational dating? Am I doing solely for marriage dating? So if it's solely for marriage, so the girl already knows that it is until when I'm ready. This is when I'm thinking of marriage. Okay, what are the kind of people that I want to be with? What are the kind of people that are coming my way? They begin to have those conversations. So please decide it. And don't forget, if you don't state these things out to your teenagers, you are leaving them assuming. And then one day they're gonna shock you. They're gonna just do something that say, you should have known. What do you mean you should have known? Did you tell him? Oh, she should have known. How should she have known? How should she have known? Did you tell her? Did you have the conversation? You're parenting by assumption. So please, and you know what? Don't forget you are building on something. The ones we talked about earlier. So at this point, as a matter of fact, if you've been doing the homework, at this point, the two of you and your teenage boy or teenage girl, shouldn't have any issues on agreeing with either recreational or dating for marriage. And I told us things are gonna get weirder. Or if there's any English like that, please permit me. Things will only get more weird. So please, don't leave nothing to chance. Don't leave nothing to things will just happen. A lot of us did that, and today we pay heavily for it. So can we begin to correct these things? Can we not just leave our teens just date indiscriminately? Can we have a plan? Can we come together with them to build something sustainable? Can we teach them that people will pressure them into wanting to date, into wanting to this? Can we teach them? Can we build them? Can we build self-leadership, in them? So that they know that, I am not like every other person. So if other person is dating, it doesn't mean that I'm ready to date. Can we begin to do this with our teenagers? Then decide on whether recreational dating is allowed or solely for marriage. The next thing you need to do to have the dating conversation with them, let them know and give them the list of undateables. I coined that. I don't know whether it's correct or not, okay? Undateables. Please let your teenagers know. I have quite a few here. You can add yours to it. So that they will not, your teenager, your young adult will not just come on one day and come on with a guy that all his nose is pierced, the hair is pierced, because you did not bother to have the conversations with him and he thinks that anything goes. Please let them know that there's some place, depending on on life experiences and all of that. Let them know. Let them know and give them list of undateables. People that they would not, people that you work with, and then things just go, haywire. Of course, we know that. Anytime I want to talk about that, I remember there's a lady in the scriptures, Dinah, the daughter of Jacob. I mean, yeah, yeah. I hope I'm correct. She mixed with the wrong crowd, with the wrong people. She got raped, and that was the end of her. We never heard of her again in the scriptures. Just like most of you know, these things I'm saying about. Most people have mixed with the wrong people, and then that was the end of what would have been, you know, something bright, something glorious, and then they mix with the wrong crop of people, and that was the end. Please, can you begin to have these conversations with your teenagers now, so that the time will not come. Say, I know you can never marry that boy over my dead body. How did you get to that level? How did you get there? How did you get there? Give them lists of undateables, repentance for liquors, people that just philandras, people that go from one woman to the other, from one man to the other. You and somehow you have a way of knowing, but we just close our eyes to these things. It will not become a big monster later. Please, can you teach your children, your teenagers, these things? Repentance for liquors. People who have no people who have no control, people who no one has control over. No one can talk to them, no one can correct them, they look up to no one, and they're just by themselves. People who have no role models is very dangerous, it's very risky. I will not even lie to you. I will not even lie to you. People who have no role models, people who have no mentors, people who have no people that they are looking up to, people without the God influence, people who don't know God. Repentant gays, repentant lesbians, repentant whatever. Please watch out. Have the conversations. So that you save your teenager from a lot of heartache much later down the road. People going nowhere. These are the list I made up. You can add yours to it. Please let them know. These are people you must have nothing to do with. And do not forget, once you are able to reinforce purpose over boyfriend, girlfriend, you will not have difficulty when you get there. People that are not going nowhere. Why will your child be going with someone that is not going anywhere? Why? Why will your child be on a journey with someone that is going nowhere? Okay, what course you want to study in school? I don't know. Okay, when you leave school, what do you want to do? I don't know. What are your plans for the next couple of years? I don't know. And then you say because he's handsome, because she's beautiful, you're comfortable, and then you're sitting down. Come on. So please have these conversations with them. Let them know. Give them the list of undateables. Yes, please give them. Else, they will shock you. They will shock you. These teenagers, forget them. This Gen Z, this Gen Alpha, they will shock you. They will shock you and shock you. So that they will not shock you. Please, can you have the conversations with them? And do you know something about children or teenagers? They like boundaries. They like to know that, oh, even if I do all sorts of things, I am still somebody can still check me. They don't leave teenagers directionless. Don't leave them to just do whatever. After all, they are grown. No, they'll mess up things. They'll make bad choices. They will mess up things for you. And because you're their parents, you're going to be hurting for them. So please, their parents, let them know who they cannot date. Straight on. Let them know. So that if that kind of person is coming, no matter what she says, because they know that they need your approval. Yeah, they need your approval to go into the marriage. You have to give your blessing and your consent. So even though they will not play with the fire, hold them accountable. Like this. Otherwise, these ones. The next way to have the dating conversation is let them learn from your own mistakes. Be honest and vulnerable. Sincerely, dear parents, there's no how I can say this other than this. Let them learn. If you have made mistakes, please, when they're of age, from 15, 16, they begin to appreciate. Let them understand why your journey is like this. You're not trying to, you're not parenting from the infallibility narrative, the way Coach Wendy will say it. So you're not parenting from that. Let them know. Teach them. Let them learn from your mistakes. Some of us have made mistakes. We know them now. Please, can we now begin to guide our kids, our teenagers, so they don't make the same mistakes? You know that it was that false boyfriend that you had when you shouldn't have had him. You know it was the one that messed up things for you. You know that it was that girlfriend that got impregnated, that whatever it is. It doesn't mean that your children, they will not lose respect for you. No. Rather, they're going to empathize with you, and then they're going to pick a lesson from what you're saying, and they're going to use it to modify their own life. But because all of us, sorry, let you see all of us or most of all, but because you have already lied so much to our kids. When I was your age, I didn't have a boyfriend. You were lying, and you are lying, and you know it. When I was your age, I didn't have a boyfriend, or I was a virgin, or I've not known a man, and you are lying, and you know it. Let them know how that choice you made then. Let them know the impact it had on your journey. Please be vulnerable with your children. Please, they're your children. And don't say because you made mistakes, you don't have the right. No, please don't ever say that. The fact that you have treaded that path and that you have made that mistake gives you the right to even talk about it, so they don't make the same mistake. If you don't do this, they're going to end up making the same mistake, and then you're gonna have heartbreak upon heartbreak. Don't do that to yourself. So, dear parents, please, if you have made mistakes, admit it first to yourself. Yeah, first to yourself, then to your kids. But don't forget, it has to be age appropriate. You can't start telling a 10-year-old what you did when you were, she will not even lose it, whatever it is that you're trying to pass. But please, as they are growing, share your stories with them. Let them learn on your journey. Let them learn. There are some stories of my life that are already designated, that are even incorporated into my dating plans for my daughter. Yeah, it is that serious. So that when we say these things to them, they know that we're not just talking from, we're not talking from, we don't want them to mix, we don't want them to, no, we're talking from, we don't want you to make the mistakes that we made. We want you to be high flyers. We want you to do better than us. We want you to be able to make better choices. Because why? More knowledge is available now. So can you not hide? Can you not hide? Can you not hide yourself? Can they learn from you? Some of us, our parents never told us the mistakes that they made. And we know what we did. We ended up making the same mistakes. And then we say it's generational, what I will call it. No, it's not generational anything. They did not tell us. They didn't tell us. Everyone was perfect. Like this joke on social media. They say on Mother's Days, on Mother's Day, on Father's Day, that everybody's mother is the best. So who are all these terrible mothers? Everybody is perfect. This perfectionistic kind of thing that we do, this hypocritical kind of thing that we do. Can we admit our mistakes? Can we admit our faults to our children? They are your children. You'll be shocked. What you think that they don't know, you'll be shocked. They're just laughing at you behind your back, mommy, huh? And once they think that you're not, teenagers, you have to be this way with them. If you're doing this, you're going to lose them. They know that they can't trust you. They know. So, dear parents, please let them learn from your mistakes. Be vulnerable to them. Be honest with them. There's no need for the lies. No need to be saying all those things that we say. All those things that we used to say, we know them. No need at all. Let them know. See, these are the mistakes I made. I don't want you to repeat the same. That is why I'm saying this to you. Your teenager is more likely to listen to you that way, when she knows that you're vulnerable. And she can even come and ask you, so mommy, how did you cope? When you were having that desire to have sex, what did you do? And if you did, this is what I did. But because I did this, these are the repercussions. I want you to do better. You will be shocked at how more bondage you will be to your child. So talk about dating this kind of light. Then the last thing we're going to be talking about, let them learn from the angle of choices and consequences. This is it. This is the conclusion of the matter. Some of us, we've made our choices, bad or good. The consequences, we're living it. My my coach, she said something like, you know what? She said, for me, let me tell you something. If my daughter, she has a teenage daughter, like 17, yeah. She said, if my daughter gets pregnant today, and she thinks that I will in shame send her abroad, or I will in shame leave church for her, it's a lie. She'll be following me to the church every day till she has the baby. So I refuse to carry your shame. You carry your shame by yourself. When she said it, I laughed. But it's true. Let them know, after all of this that you have done, that there are choices. and there are consequences. If there's anything my teens always, I always drum into the heads of my team, it is that there are choices, there are consequences. Whatever you do, there is a consequence. If you follow purpose, if you keep your body, if you have a plan and then you follow through, there is consequence. Choices for every choice. Let them know. And you know what? The funny thing about life is that life is not going to say, oh, she's young, oh, he's young, oh, he's small, oh, he doesn't understand. Let's just pardon him. We know, right? From our own choices and consequences lesson. We know that life doesn't do that. So whatever choice you make, the consequence follows. So can we have these conversations with them? Can we have the conversation with them? Let them know that whatever it is that they do, the consequence is coming. It's not, is rockets, it's not rocket science, rather. It's very easy. You can deduce. Some of us that we have made choices that we wished that we didn't make. But did it in any way give a rebate on the consequence? No, no. It's not going to give a rebate on the consequence. It is still the same consequence. So teach them dating. So if you want to start dating from 11, these are the options that are open to you. Let them know. Let them know. If you want to start dating from 12, 13, or if you want to wait till you're much grown, much advanced, much knowledgeable, when you're able to know your left from right, when you're able to make smart decisions, the options are, these are the consequences. So put it before them. The way it's said in scriptures, I put before you this day, life and death and all of that. So that is it. So dear parents, so the issue is not don't have boyfriend, don't have girlfriend. No. The issue is pump your teenagers up with knowledge. Pump them up with conversations. So I'm just going to run through everything I've said again. So that if it is just one, like I used to say, you don't have to do everything. Not everything is for you because of the way, whatever it is that you have on your journey. But if it is one you want to run with, can you please take it and run with it? How do you have a dating conversation? I've talked about it. I said, let them understand what dating really is. Let them understand the physiological and emotional part of dating. Let them understand it in line with purpose. Place purpose before your kids. Place purpose before your teenagers. Let them understand it in line with money. Money conversation. If you have a girl, please button up now so that it doesn't have to go and be asking boys for 2K subscription. Begin to skill up the girl now. So that even before she leaves secondary school, she's earning money. That is the idea. All right. So let them understand this in line with pressure with peers. Let them know that they will pressure them. They will come for them because they will. They will. The media, the social media, the television, everything will come for them. Everything will come for them to begin to prepare their mind against these things. Create a comprehensive dating plan. Have a dating plan for your teenager. When will you date? Who will you date? What will you do? Have the plan. Have the conversation first, then have the plan. And I told us what will activate the plan in your head is what are you projecting for your teenager? What kind of adult do you think your teenager will be? That's where you kickstart your plan. Then who's going to complement on this journey? Then the two of you decide, you and your teenager. It's a conversation. Let him bring forth his strong reasons, and then you bring forth yours. Decide recreational dating or dating solely for marriage. Then let them know and give them list of undateables, people they must not go near. And I gave us several of them. I said repentant for liquors, they never change. People who no one has control over, no one can talk to them, they never change. People who have no role models, they're not looking up to anybody, nobody's looking up to them, they're just there, they're just living life, they never change. People without the God influence, God does not force himself on people. He doesn't. So repentant gays, repentant lesbians, repentant drunkard, whatever. Why will you use your child to go and play kites? What if he's not truly repentant? Why would you throw your child away like that? Then let them learn from your mistakes, their parents. Please stop. Like a wound, okay? You have a wound and it's not really healed though, and then you're covering it. Mistakenly one day, somebody will and then you now yelp in pain. Please, if you have made mistakes, use it as learning curve. I have made mine. Oh, I have made mine. Trust me, I am not coming from I'm perfect. I have got no mistakes. Oh, I have made plenty. Plenty. And when the time is right, we're going to teach from the place of those mistakes. Why? So that they can pick the lessons, so that those errors are not repeated, so that those circles are broken. That is why. But if you keep saying, don't let her know, she will know eventually, and then she will never trust you, she'll never take you serious. Let them learn from your mistakes. Then finally, let them learn that life is about choices and consequence. Let them learn. Shikena. Shikena. You want to start having unprotected premarital sex? The consequences are there. You want to keep yourself? The consequences are there. Whatever you do, the consequences are there. If not immediately, then eventually. And let them know that you will not shame anybody's shame for them. Mm-mm. Everybody's gonna bear their own shame. I will not. You will not do something. I'll not be. You know, some people now that their teenage girls get pregnant and they send them off to one village. No, no, it's not gonna happen. Let them know. You will go. You will go to school like that. You will know. Or some parents, their teenage girl get pregnant and they go and help them to commit abortion. No, nobody will commit any abortion for you. You just born the baby and then you pick your life from there. So their parents, let them understand these things. This is how to have a conversation. It's not about shouting, don't have boyfriend, don't have girlfriend, this. All of those ones, they don't, it's not this thing. So, their parents, I hope that you have learned something. I hope that it was worth the while for you. Thank you for coming and for coming every time. It encourages me to want to, do this more and more and more and more. And don't forget, if you have a teenage girl or pre-tween or teenage and then you have not brought them to Twitter, you consider, okay? Thank you very much. For every time you come, I am encouraged. For every time you come, you tell me that okay, I believe in you. And thank you. I don't take it for granted. Don't forget, Twitter, the Informed and Reformed Teens Academy is an academy for young people, mostly girls, all girls. And then we have a curriculum we're working with to ensure that it come out to be world changers, not jellyfishes and people that just push here and there and here and there and here and there. All right. Thank you very much for coming today. I look forward to seeing you again next Saturday. Same time, same station, same channel. Don't touch the dial. Tell everyone. Tell your friend to tell your friend to tell your friend to tell your friend that there is an academy for girls to raise your girls together with you or your partners in progress. Yes, bring your girls to us. We are Twitter Academy on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook. Yeah, that's what we are. And then we have been working with girls, teenagers rather, for a couple of years. But now we are strictly into working with your girl child to help you achieve all of the potential that it is that a girl child can achieve. Thank you for coming. I don't take you for your time for granted. It's almost an hour of your time, 3 minutes to 8. All right. Thank you so much. Bye. And I'll see you next week. Bye.